Hello, everyone. I see we got some questions in early. We Vibes in Phoenix. Are you both here? If you can check in with me. We Vibes in Phoenix. Are you guys here? Hey, Hood Mystic. We Vibes. Hello, hello. Phoenix, if you're here, please check in with me. Marta, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. We Vibes, I am getting a yes for your question. Phoenix, if you're in here, please check in with me. Will Ahmed be back to Emmy again? Emmy, I'm getting a no. Ian, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. For those of you who are new here, I've recently started this thing where if I hit 25 likes in any given broadcast where I'm doing free readings, then one lucky winner will get a free tarot reading. You do need to be present. If you have any questions that's scrolling across the screen, hopefully we'll answer for you. But I just need to hit 25 likes and then I'm going to do a tarot reading giveaway. We Vibes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Phoenix, if you're here, please check in with me. That's the last time I'm going to call on Phoenix. Margaret, Marta, Sophie, I've also got you. You're welcome, We Vibes. Galilea, I have you as well. Hood Mystic, I have your question. All right, let's keep going here. Margaret, it looks like I'm getting a no for you. Marta. Marta, I'm getting a no. Sophie. Sophie, I'm getting a yes. Galileo, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Galileo, right now I'm getting a no, but I do think that something is being worked out for you here. I'm getting that confirmed. So I don't think it's going to happen exactly the way that you think it will, but I feel success surrounding the situation. So that's what I can tell you right now. Hood Mystic. Hood Mystic, I'm getting a no. Ian Tama. Ian, I'm not sure what you're asking, but I do believe that um, my guides do know because I'm getting an answer and it's a no. Oreo cookies, thank you for liking. Hi, Yasarad, how are you? You're welcome, Marta. You're welcome, Margaret. Hello, Ray. You're welcome, Galilea. You're welcome, Sophie. You're welcome, Hood Mistake. Hi, Ashley. Phoenix, that's okay. I still have your question, so give me a second and I'll get to you, okay? Oreo cookies. Oreo, I feel like this is being worked out for you. So as of right now, I don't think it's gonna happen right away, but I do think eventually this year it will happen. So ultimately, I am getting a yes. Ray, I am getting a yes. Hi, Nat. Yes, Arad, I'm still working through the list, so just be patient. If at the end I have not answered your question, then let me know. My yes nos are picked at random, so I do try to get to as many people and answer all of the readings that I can, but I don't always go in order, so just sit tight. I just essentially scroll through the list occasionally and save all the questions and answer them back to back. This is for Phoenix. Phoenix, I'm getting a no. You're welcome, Oreo. Just a reminder for you guys, if I hit 25 likes during this live stream, I will be doing a free reading giveaway with tarot cards, maybe some oracle. We might mix it up. So we're only like 10 likes away, I think, right now. So make sure you guys are liking and checking back with the live stream periodically to see if I am doing a giveaway. Your best bet is to just hang out in the live stream because you do need to be present to win. And I typically make that list as soon as we hit 25. So either take your chances and check back every once in a while if you can't hang out. but if you can stick around, you're more likely to be guaranteed on the list because you have to be here to win. All right, so this is for Yasirad. Yasirad, I am getting a yes for you. I still have Ashley, Amber, and Nat on the list. I also have Sienna. You're welcome, Yasirad. Interesting, Ashley. I was watching. I am getting a yes for you. I was watching Ghost Adventures earlier, and there was like a scene where they were picking up on a name, and I heard the name Fred while I was watching it. And it's just a name that I don't really like come across very often. Is it like short for like Frederick, or is just this person are they like a Freddie? But anyways, it's just funny because I thought of that name earlier today, and I just don't really see it that often. But actually, yeah, I'm getting a yes for that one. This is for Amber. Amber, I'm getting a yes for you on that. Fiza, yes, the free pendulum readings are still available. Thank you for asking. Feel free to post your question. Nat, sorry, this is taking a while for the pendulum to gain momentum. Hold on. Nat, is this a third-party question that you're asking me? Sometimes I don't answer third-party questions if they don't pertain to you specifically. So like, for instance, if you're dating someone and the answer to this would help you make a decision or gain clarity for yourself, then I will answer a third-party question. But if you're just curious for the tea, I typically don't answer that. So, but I'm happy to answer another yes or no question for you. It's just the pendulum wasn't really moving. So I don't know if this is maybe just something that we're not supposed to know right now or have an answer for. But if you have a yes no question though, like a different one maybe that you want to ask, I can try and see if I can get an answer. All right, so I have Sienna and Fiza on the yes no list. You're welcome, Amber. I also have Ari. And then Philomena, congratulations. Okay, Nat, that sounds good. Go ahead and post it and I'll get to you in just a minute. The last person on my free yes no list is going to be Nat. So the last few questions for people I have is Sienna, Fiza, Ari, and Nat. Hey Rising, thank you so much. You will, or it looks like you're first on my list, so I'll be with you very soon. Okay. Sienna says, will I be able to get a new phone next month? Sienna, I'm getting a yes for you. I'm hearing start making a plan, or maybe it's talking about a phone plan. Maybe there's going to be some kind of deal that you're going to get that's going to help you out. All right, this is for look into Sienna. Look into sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Look into competitor companies to see if they're willing to buy you out. Um, I don't really know how it works, and I'm not sure where you're from, so that's the only thing I can think of. But it's something about like a new plan or make a plan, something along those lines. All right, Fiza. Fiza said, "Oh wait, why do I have this question starred?" Um, Fiza, did you post a yes/no question? Am I missing it? Fiza, do you have a yes/no question? This is for Ari. Ari, you should get a birth chart reading from me because I have a way to look into, according to your birth chart, where you're most likely to meet your person. I don't have a price list set. I think it was $10 that I was charging. I just haven't added it to my price list. But if you're ever interested in that, email me or you can ask me later. But it's pretty cool. All right, this is for Ari. Ari, I think there's going to be times where you will go to the gym with this person. I think this person is inspired by you and also has their own like common interest in that health and fitness. I don't know if you're gonna. I'm seeing you at the gym with this person, but I can't tell if it's you're meeting them there. I'm I think it's definitely possible, but I don't have a clear answer. But I do know that there I'm like seeing you guys physically there together. Um, so I know that doesn't directly answer your question, but I can tell this is going to be a gym partner for you. And I just don't know if it's a gym partner that's found or a life partner that's found at the gym. Does that make sense? I hope so. Um, Yeah, I should maybe someday. That's okay, Ari. No worries. No worries. Um, all right, this is for Nat. Ari, do you do readings? Hmm. Well, okay. I'm gonna reword your question, Nat. In my mind. Hold on. All right, Nat. So I am getting that you're gonna have someone romantically interested in you soon. I definitely think that it can happen this month. It's a very small yes. When I see like very, very tiny circles with the pendulum, it means that the momentum is building for you. But it's so I definitely think it's highly possible. There could be it could be an issue with the time frame you're asking. But I see someone coming in for you soon. I would say by summer. All right, all right. Daisha, I'm gonna answer your question just as a courtesy, but my list is closed. You're welcome, Nat. You're welcome. But Nat, get yourself out there. Definitely, um, and this doesn't have to be like dating sites or anything, but it just means like get out there, find a hobby where you're able to meet people more often, or just be a yes person when it comes to invitations. Like if your friends ask you out, um, it's just important that you make yourself available because you can speed this timeline up sooner if you are taking those call to actions. Yeah, I was like, I feel like you need to get out of the house more. But we're all homebodies, right? Since COVID, it's how it is. Rising, I'm gonna be right with you, girl. I'm just finishing this up. Fiza, I am getting a yes on that one. I definitely am hearing like everything in moderation. Don't make this like your sole form of nutrition, if that makes sense. But very, very good, very healing for you. And I am getting a yes, this is good for you to do. Um, all right, let's see. Last person I'm answering because the list is closed. We have Daisha. If you guys can see the scrolling banner at the bottom of the screen, we have hit this goal both nights that I have set it. 25 likes, and I'm going to do a free tarot reading for someone. You must be present to win. You'll be put on a giveaway list, and we'll have the Wheel of Fortune, so to speak, choose and see who wins. And it's just a free tarot reading from me as a thank you for helping boost and support my channel. It doesn't cost you anything to like the live stream, and who knows, you might win. Daisha, I am getting a yes for you. You're welcome, Fiza. Guys, we're so close to winning. Someone's gonna win. I bet you. Like, this is happening so much faster than it usually does. Usually, it takes almost the whole entire live stream for us to get there, and we're so close. Um, let's see. Now, usually on my side, it doesn't update in real time, but it is showing me that I'm at 23 likes. Does everyone else see 23 likes, or do you guys see different numbers? All right, this is for Rising Storm. So Rising. Rising, I'm reading your questions now for you. Okay, I think I have an Instagram message. I'm just making sure it's no one that's in here right now.
I've always been
To start this off, as I was reading your question, Rising, I heard not to worry, not to worry. Um, I do feel like he is trying to uh, find a new normal. So, Rising, I feel like he's done the work with this person, and I'm hearing like, don't stress yourself out about this. Um, but he is trying to get into a rhythm here because he's trying to figure out if or I guess what's comfortable to him, what, because like here's the thing, Raising, he's always going to have a relationship with this person, um so long as like he doesn't find out something that would be able to disconnect him from this person. And I think you know what I'm trying to say. But he's always going to be in this person's presence. So now that he's kind of drawn the line in the sand, so to speak, I feel like he is trying to find a new normal. I don't think it's necessary for her to be over. I don't think it's necessary for him to be allowing her into his home for long periods of time. But I also feel like he's trying to figure out what his boundary is as far as her being around. Remember, they have a social group that's very similar. And I think that it's just about getting acclimated. So, my best assumption, slash also hope, because my ego is a little bit in this reading, is that you're going to still see it, but it shouldn't be going on for like days and days at a time. I actually just cut the deck and saw the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like it's important for you to know that she is the one initiating it most of the time. She may be overstaying her welcome, and he's just trying to figure out what is his new normal. Does he completely shut her out entirely? Does it, like, if he invites people over sometimes, does he say, well, she shouldn't be here? Um, I think that he's just trying to figure out what he's comfortable with, but not to worry though, because the sand, the the sand, the line has been drawn in the sand, is what I'm hearing. So let's get some more cards. So I do see here, I'm glad actually, Rising, that you asked the second question that you asked, because I do want to find this out for you. But when I was kind of channeling, I was feeling like this was her initiating this thing. Um, Essentially, they're done. And when I said that the line has been drawn in the sand and I have the world here, this indicates to me that he has brought closure to the situation. I think, and maybe you can understand, but I'm not sure specifically, like your personal life and what happens with the co-parenting situation that you're also in. But as you can understand, that it's like you guys have to find a new normal. Like if you're used to friends with benefits, then you draw a line there, then it's like, okay, well, then I guess we're still friends and hanging out. And then you draw a line there because then you find out this person is not who you thought that they were, and then you realize this person's really entangled with your social group. And then you're like, so do I still allow this person around me? Do I completely like not want anything to do with them? How will like my friends and family react to this situation? Some people are in support of it, some people aren't. I know what you mean, Rising. Like, I totally get that. And I'm not wanting to make excuses for him at all, because I tell it to you straight. If I'm picking up something, I'm going to be honest with you. We've been going around and doing this for a while, so I completely sympathize with you. And of course, like, I'm number one supporter of you, Rising. um I think that it's difficult because you might have gotten to the point, or at least I'm hearing you've gotten to the point where, at one point, maybe not recently, but at one point during this, you were like, I'm going to date other people. Um, you were like, I'm going to move on with my life and I'm going to, yeah, you're welcome, Rising. I'm still going with your reading, by the way. Um, But I think at one point you might have been interested in other people, like, you always come back to this person, but I think at one point you were, like, building the strength to, like, get up and walk away, and I know for a fact that there's a collective consciousness, so I think that there's parts of him that whenever he feels you pulling away, he comes back even stronger just to keep you, just to, like, keep you there and keep your energy holding on to him. I don't want you to drive yourself crazy. Yeah, I don't want you to drive yourself crazy and, um, like, get sucked back in an unhealthy way. So if no matter what I'm saying, even though it sounds good, if you feel like you're getting to the point where it's becoming, like, unhealthy and you're like, "I gotta pull back again," do what you gotta do, girl. I feel like they have nothing in common anymore except for the one thing, because I have the moon and the Hierophant. So I don't feel Ray, thank you so much. I don't feel like they have anything really to discuss. There's no necessary conversation. Um, I feel like they're kind of just like, we're just not compatible, or at least he's saying that to her. We don't have anything in common. We really don't need to be involving ourselves with one another. It's kind of unnecessary. Um, let's see. Why? Okay, so let's find out more specifically, why is she there? Why is she there? Why is she there? Five of Cups. So, mourning, heartbreak, unwelcome change, focusing on negative emotions, isolation. So I think that he actually, you're welcome, Daisha. Am just at the point where it's like, stop opening the door to the snake rising. I totally get that. I think this is what I'm gonna be honest about. I do think he is a enabler. Um, and I do think he's setting his ground and he's, standing up for himself. But think of how long it took him just to get to this point. And I think that if she comes through with a sob story, if she's looking for an empath or a sympathizer, um, if she's looking for some type of support, granted, she's grasping at straws and she's pretty desperate. He has a history of enabling her, and whether or not he's making huge strides in his boundaries, I still feel like he And I'm not getting, like, they're sleeping together or anything like that. I don't even think they're necessarily super friendly with one another, but I do think that she's a hard habit for him to break, and I think with every single time, um, he gets closer and closer to, like, severing that tie with her, I think that he has less and less empathy for her. So, I feel like they're at that point where they're just gonna have to completely break away, but the thing is that it's exposure. It's all about exposure, because the first time she sees it, she doesn't believe it, she tries again. The second time, she's like, "Oh, I can work my way back in." The third time, she's like, "Oh, he's still not over me. Like, I can fix this." And it's like every single time. So after like the 10th time of him saying, "No, this isn't going to happen," she eventually will understand. She eventually will take the hint. She'll eventually get it, but I think that it's all about exposure to his putting his foot down. It's gonna require, because think about it, think about how many times he's pushed her out and she's come right back in and it's been easy. So, I think that it's gonna take time for her to understand the reality of the situation. She's just gonna keep attempting over and over and over. But he's gonna keep putting his foot down, and eventually, after, like, X amount of times, she'll get it. She'll figure it out. But I do feel like it's gonna take her some time, and he's trying to find a new normal. He's trying to find what's appropriate for him now that they're, like, I wouldn't necessarily say at odds, but basically at odds. Like, what is appropriate for him? Uh what feels comfortable for him? What level of intimacy, and when I say intimacy, I just mean how close he's gonna let her get to him, is he comfortable with? So I know that it's like really unfortunate, and I know that it's frustrating for you, especially from the outside because you're not getting information directly from the source. Earth Angel, hello. So since you're not getting information directly from the source and your relationship is not building with this person throughout this process, this can be very hard for you as a bystander to have to sit back and watch. So I completely understand how you're feeling. I don't know what you're feeling, but I can say that your feelings are valid about this, and um I totally get it. So let's move on to your second question here. Um okay. So we did kind of touch into it a little bit as far as like him be having the habit of being an enabler. She is delusional. She does need oh my god, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Where is it? Phew. Okay. And I also feel like he is they're just like habits, like some habits are just really hard to break. And even though she doesn't get access to him as much as she used to, as often and to the extent as she used to, she doesn't have access to him anymore. I still think that she's gonna take whatever she can get. I'm hearing like, more, sir, more, please. Like, she's taking like the crumbs that he's gonna give her. So I feel like it's a little bit of both on both sides. I think he is trying to see what he's willing to allow, and she's trying to figure out what she can do to get back into his good graces yet again. So I think that this is just going to take, I'm just hearing adjustment period. I think this is just going to take some time for her to understand that he stands on business, that he means what he says. And I feel like it's going to take some time for him to get used to the idea of not allowing her to just find her way back into his life conveniently. Hey, James, thanks so much. So, for both parts, but I'm going to finish this with like a silver lining, though, Rising, and that is that we are making progress. And I know it's behind the scenes. And like I said, I know you can't go directly to the source to him. And you probably wish that there could be something being built while this is all going on. But he is not going there with you for a reason. That's his reasoning. And he this is what he thinks is best. But it is forward movement, and I think that that's something to keep in mind, and that's very hard going week to week to week thinking something's gonna happen, um, but sometimes we get just so deeply embedded with someone else that we don't even know how to function. They're like a dead limb, you know? They're like like this thing that we've had all our life, and we don't, even though it hasn't been good for us, it's like that's just how it's always been, and we just don't know how to function without it. But once we can, like, remove it, we can, dectomy it, for lack of better words, we can get rid of it, we will realize how much lighter we feel, and I think that he is feeling that. I think that he's realizing, wow, I'm feeling better and better and better. What was the cancer in my life? Um, and I think that he is coming to these conclusions. Um, but every earthquake has an aftershock. You know what I mean? There's still going to be some things where just going to take some getting used to, like, what feels right to me. So maybe right now his reasoning is because they're not together and they're not in a relationship or dating or hooking up, but this is still the mother of my child, and I want to see if we can co-parent. Then maybe when she's over there she pushes his boundaries and he's like, okay, clearly she can't stay the night. So next time she comes over, it'll have to be during the day and just for, a couple of hours. And then maybe she pushes the boundary again. And he's like, okay, next time it can only be for maybe an hour. And so I feel like he's just kind of trying to figure it out. It's trial and error for him. And that's tough for you to have to sit here and suffer through it. But that's essentially what it feels like to me. Hey, Earth Angel. So my free list is closed, but I am about to do a giveaway for free tarot reading, so stick around. James, thanks so much for your donation, Rising. Let me know if you have any questions about that. All right, all right. So for everyone that is here, we have hit, I think, at least 27 likes. Thank you so much. We have now hit our goal for a free tarot giveaway today, which means that for one lucky winner, I am doing a free tarot reading. So if you would like to be a part of this giveaway tonight, where your question will be answered after James. James is the lucky charm. He always gets to that, like, to that goal every time he comes in. So when we see James, it's a good thing. All right. So if you would like to be a part of this giveaway, all I'm asking of you right now is to drop let's do a green heart tonight. If you want to be a part of the free tarot giveaway where I'm answering on live, drop a you did, James. Drop a green heart in the chat if you want to be a part of the free tarot reading giveaway. Green hearts if you want a part of the free tarot giveaway, guys. All right, we have okay, so first person I'm adding is Chelsea Daly. Next person I'm adding is James Helen. Next person I'm adding is Earth Angel. Remember, for these giveaways, you do have to be present. So if you're wanting one next time I'm doing this, make sure. Oh, Rising, you said makes sense. I added one more in depth. Okay, Rising, I'll be right with you. So make sure you guys are either, if you have to leave, you're checking back to keep an eye on the likes, or you're hanging out at least until we hit that goal, because I'm only doing free readings for people who are present. Next after Earth Angel, I have Ray Hello. And we're going to add people for over the next minute or so. Rising. Oh, also, James, I got your question. I'm sorry. I have it saved. I meant to tell you that. Rising, do you want a chance at a free reading? Yes, Rising. I have it. It came in about 10 minutes after your BOGO for an in-depth reading, and I have, how does he feel about the recent thing that you put out about the situation with the ex. So I have that question, and I am about to shuffle for you. All right, so Rising, we're going to add Rising to as well. Give me one second, guys. Oh, it did not save. What the heck? Of course, of course. All right, guys, I am going to pick the winner. So we have Chelsea, James, Earth Angel, Ray, and Rising. And I'm going to close it out now since no one else has dropped a green heart. That's it. That's where it's ending. That means that it increases the chances for those of you who are on it. The less people, the higher chance you'll win. And let me throw it on screen really quickly. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, let's do it. Ray, congratulations. So Ray, you are going to be after James for your free reading, okay? We are finishing up Rising's third reading of the night. Then we have James, and then we have Ray for a free win. You're welcome, Ray. Thank you everyone else for participating. Know that I'm going to be offering this for the foreseeable future. So if this sounds like fun to you and you want your chance again, just know that I do these. I've been doing it for the last few live streams, and I plan to continue on it for the foreseeable future. Sorry. I'm repeating myself a lot tonight. I do apologize about that. Okay, so back to the readings. Ray, just hang out for your turn. Everyone else, thank you for being here. Feel free to hang out with us still if you'd like to. Listen to me in the background. Who knows? Maybe if I hit 50 likes, I'll do another free reading. All right, so this is for Rising. We are just finishing out her turn here. All right, this is for Rising Storm. Philomena, thank you for the donation. You'll be after Ray, okay? So, Rising, I have not seen it, what you put. A lot of times I'll do my research in advance just so that I understand the energy, but I don't know what you put. I haven't had the chance to. But what it looks like to me is that it's kind of negative, or at least he's taking it negatively. I have the Eight of Cups. It's making me feel like he's feeling like, I always get the sand timer for you, right? I always get the sand timer, and I feel like that's because he keeps expressing this feeling of running out of time. And I think that's good for you. I feel like he's saying that you maybe were unhappy, or maybe there's some type of indication that you were not pleased about this. So if I'm wrong, of course, let me know. But I do feel like it's him saying, I need to like withdraw. Like he's saying, I need to not withdraw from you, but like I feel like he's saying, I need to abandon my plans. I need to like fix my priorities at the moment. Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. It feels like to me he's saying that like I either need to hurry this up as quickly as possible, or I need to start making my intentions and my feelings about this as clear as possible, because I do feel like maybe he thinks you're slipping away from him. Maybe he even looks at this as you're walking away from him. Or maybe is the post about like questioning whether or not you should wait around for him, or whether you should, yeah, because I'm getting the Eight of Cups also can indicate too, that he feels like you're walking away. So, and maybe saying, should I, Rising, he's viewing it as like, should I continue to invest in this as well? Like, is this worth my time kind of thing? So let's see. How does he feel? Ooh, Ice Queen, Queen of Swords, girl. I was just like, I'm done waiting. He's done waiting. He's still opening the door to her. That's what she's talking. Oh, I see. Yeah, questioning his opening the door to her while she's talking. Yes. I see what you're saying. And yes, you're questioning it all. I see here as like the Ice Queen. So actually, I'm just so curious. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna go look at it, because I keep getting this feeling of like you are not happy with him. That's what it feels like to me. And just as a objective viewer, I'm just curious, like what this energy is, what he could have possibly taken from this, because I definitely feel like you are, like he's saying she's not happy with me. Oh my god. Okay, well, what I am gonna tell you, Rising, is that he did see this post already, because the Eight of Cups here talking about, because you said I have probably just move on or whatever, and that's what the Eight of Cups means, because you're like, I just don't know if I should continue investing in this, and then like the Ice Queen energy of keeping him at a distance. So like for a fact, he has seen this. I know sometimes when I do these readings, I'm like, well, when he sees this, or yeah, when he sees this, this is going to be the reaction. I am getting the impression this has already been seen. There's no waiting around. You can rest easy tonight knowing that this message has been given. Um, yes, yes, yes. I just saw the rest of it here. Um, yeah. So he's saying that he's trying to figure out what to do because he sees you walking away. That's the sand timer thing. And he's also feeling like I need to prove to her that um, I'm not giving up on this, and I need to prove to her that my priorities are in order, is like the main thing that I'm getting. Let's see. Let's see. What are his feelings? What are his feelings? This is exactly the energy. I was like, yeah, he's like, she's not happy with me. She's not happy. I also feel like uh I'm hearing doghouse, which is really interesting because it's not like you guys are married. You know what I mean? So it's like for someone to be in the doghouse, it's like, typically you're in a committed relationship with a person when that expression comes about. And I feel like that's what he's saying. He says he feels like he's in the doghouse. And the thing is that there are oh, wow, this is an interesting message. Thank you, Spirit. So he's saying that he's actually in the doghouse with you and with her. That's what he's saying to me. He's saying neither of y'all are pleased with him. The ex or you rising are pleased with him. He feels like he's in the doghouse. And he said, I don't really care about being in the doghouse with her. I don't care if the ex isn't pleased with me, but I do care if Rising is unhappy. So for him to say, yeah, I'm in the doghouse with both sides, but I only care about one person's opinion. So he's not caring about her opinion anymore. And honestly, I don't think that he really cares like what she's thinking about him or what she's feeling about him. And so he's saying, because I only care about one person's opinion, I don't care about both of them in that way. It's important that my actions are starting to reflect that because otherwise, like legitimately, this girl's gonna walk away from me. Wow, you picked up on this crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What part are you specifically talking about that I picked up on? Because sometimes the chat is a little delayed, so and I get a little bit like in my head when I'm channeling, so I um is it the doghouse thing? What does he feel? Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely was picking up on that, and it's funny because sometimes the tarot reading reads for it's either you towards him or him towards you. Most of the time, it's pretty specific, but this time in the reading, it was like the 8 of Cups applied to both of you individually. The 7 of Pentacles applied to both of you individually, and then the Queen of Swords applied to you and her. So it's like there's a lot of like mutual energy. Actually, that's making me feel like maybe things are balancing itself out because you guys are starting to reflect one another. So maybe that means that things aren't so like it's not like the ball isn't in either of y'all's court rising, it's just in the center. And so feeling that balance makes me feel like things are starting to kind of settle down a little bit. Um mm, I feel like he is just going to take a little break. Do you know when back to the drawing board. That's what I'm hearing. Back to the drawing board. Like when someone when, like, okay, if you have people who are like at war with each other and um there's a message here, hold on, I'm still getting it. If you have two people that's at war with each other and then one side surprises the other side with some type of attack, then the person who's being attacked and is on the defense has to go to their captain and or whoever the higher up is, and they've got like this whole map laid out on a table and they're trying to figure out what their defense is going to be, and they're like re-strategizing. So like back to the drawing board, or like re-strategizing because there's been some type of interruption or some type of wrench that this post specifically caused an interruption in his plans. He thought that he had all of this time to like I think he just, or maybe he just felt like he had more time to work through this, but I feel like this post has now come in and is like an attack on him. It's like he wasn't expecting it, so like there's unexpected feelings there, and he's saying, "Fuck! Now I've got to coordinate, readjust, back to the drawing board, re-strategize because clearly I don't have as much time to process this and work through this as I thought that I had." Um, so I think there's just something here about him feeling like he's gonna take a little bit of a break uh, from everything, and he's gonna try to like, yeah, re-strategize. Like that's all I can think of. It's like the only phrase that's coming to mind. It doesn't mean that he's gone for good, because like at first when I was getting that message, I was getting like eye of the storm. So essentially, the calm before something really big happens. And that felt like a close enough metaphor, but I feel like spirit was trying to give me a different understanding of what exactly he felt, and it definitely felt like an attack on him. Um, so he's like, "Well, fuck, what's my new strategy? What am I gonna do now? Because I thought I had more time, and then they came and just like started coming with the swings." And when I say they, I'm referring to you. So, um, but yeah, so rising, hopefully that all made sense. Ultimately, what it feels like to me is that he knows you're not happy. He is now trying to he might you might not hear from him for like a day or two or see much of him. He's, at least on a energetic level, he's trying to, or he will, I should say, figure out what he's going to do next here. um but I just don't think he really cares about this other girl. I just want you to know, I think that he cares more about you and your impression on him, or your impression of him, I should say. So, rising, hopefully that helps answer your question. Remember that I feel like if your gut, you're gonna know intuitively, like if you need to pull back from something, especially if you're feeling exhausted. I think that's healthy. I think it's important to take breaks as well, especially if there's not a lot of action that's happening, because sometimes because we're energetic bodies and beings, and I'm sure James can communicate on this a little bit more than I can. Sometimes if we're putting way too much energy and focus on one another like you and him are doing, it can feel like action. It can feel like something is happening because you are putting so much energy onto one another. However, in reality, it's paralyzing you guys because you're putting so much energy on one another. In order for you guys to start seeing energy in the physical realm, you have to pull back your energy in the, um, I suppose, spiritual realm. I don't know, whatever that is. Like, pull back your efforts on each other energetically to start seeing more payoff and reward in the physical. So, that's what I notice. Now, you can put out good vibes and you can um, send them healing and send them, yeah, exactly, James. There you go. He says put positive interactions there, because that can help with that progress. But it's almost like you guys are like using your energies with one another to make a relationship with one another at a distance. So you want to find a way to start bringing closeness into the physical world. So, like James said, that can be through positive interactions with your energy, or just maybe pulling back altogether, remaining neutral. So that way there's room for action to take place. Um, but yeah, Rising, you're so welcome. Thank you for stopping by. By the way, guys, I've been getting really into channeling lately. I've noticed with my readings that I'm not needing cards as much anymore. I kind of use them as like a tipping off point, but if I was on camera, you guys would see. I will glance at the card, process an understanding, and then I'm basically talking to the walls in my house, and receiving information that way. So I really, really, really want to start looking into ways to maybe just do psychic readings and hopefully at some point be able to channel as a medium. I don't know if that's my life purpose, but I am starting to like feel like I'm working into that side of things. So um, I probably will start doing occasionally as time allows, probably using you guys as guinea pigs, and doing developing medium readings as well, where I might do like spirit led or something like that. Thank you, James. He says, don't feed or focus on negative comments or stories. Have the inner dialogue being good, balanced, healthy, and romantic. Expect them to show up how you desire them to be. Thank you, James. Go for it, Luna. You're killing it. I appreciate it. Now, with anything like when I'm shuffling for you, James. With anything like with tarot, I did readings, a lot of readings for free. I'd get that feedback, and my confidence would grow. So if I'm doing specifically like spirit-led channelings, those would be for free. And the reason why is because in the beginning, I might only be able to pull like a sentence or two for someone. I might not have a lot of information to give, and so I'm not going to charge someone for that. However, or like if I'm trying to do the mediumship side of things, I might only be able to pull a word or two. But essentially, getting your guys' feedback would be basically the main thing that I would need to understand if I'm processing or translating the information I'm getting correctly. I can't really do it by myself because I need someone's energy to put that focus onto and then have a better understanding of how it works for me. So I thought about doing that probably sometime this month. I'm not sure exactly when, but I want to work on that. I feel spatially like when I'm channeling, it's hard to explain, but I feel like my energy is being put out straight and around me in a circle. So it's like on this plane horizontally. And then when spirit comes in, I feel spirit in the back of my head. But I'm only able to channel for people on the earthly realm. I do feel like, though, if I can find a way to push up my channeling into my crown chakra or higher, I can pull from that and be able to maybe do mediumship for people. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, love option 2 for James and Patty. James, I just saw your question. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Y'all, I'm having hot flashes like crazy right now. All right, love option 2. Oh, thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. I didn't know you were in here. Yeah, I do think that would be fun for me to do at some point. Just practice with you guys, kind of like shoot the shit, you know what I mean? Just kind of see what I can get and see if I'm crazy or if I'm actually hitting the mark. Love option 2 with Patty. I feel like it's time plus this actually around the first time we met. Wait, I feel like it's time plus this actually around. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay. Come on, Patty. What do you want to say? Are you getting like signaling from her that she's like kind of waiting on you to make the move? So she is thinking about the future. James, you got her thinking about what's to come for sure. She's very quiet right now, as far as like her thoughts on this, but I do think I can still get information. So, um, have you heard, or I feel either you might have already heard, or you will hear soon, her making plans with you with the future. I feel like that's going to be your signal. So if you've already heard her say, "Oh, well, I would really love to go to blank place and I would love for you to come with me." Even though those plans aren't set in stone yet, it's like whenever someone starts talking about the future and considering you in it and verbalizing that they want you to be there at that time, like essentially like you could say or she could say, "Oh, so and so's playing next year at the blah blah blah, would you want to come with me?" And she's thinking a year in advance. That's key. And the thing is that it has to come from her is what I'm hearing. So if you're making suggestions and she's agreeing to those, that's not the same. If she's coming to you out of the blue and she's mentioning the future with you, especially if she's coming up with a plan or idea herself, that's key. That's very important. And now she is thinking those things. So I feel like she has either initiated something like that and kind of caught you off guard. She's like, "Whoa, I'm usually the one that's like trying to make plans for us together, but she is here like coming to me now, wanting me to be a part of things." That's your green light, I feel. So if you don't feel like this has happened yet, just know that that's around the corner, and I think this is going to be your green light. If she already comes to you now and she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, like at the end of summer we should totally go do this thing," or "I've always wanted to do this, maybe next month we could do it." She's thinking about the future and thinking about you in it, meaning that she's definitely ready to feel more solid in this connection, or she's considering you as a part of her future. And that's extremely important when you hear those things. So just think about it. And if something is standing out to you, that is your green light. If it hasn't happened yet, it will soon. And I think that's when you'll know. That's when you'll feel like extra good when she says to you, like, "I was really wanting to do this thing and I would love for you to do it. They have something going on in August, so we should plan on that if that sounds good to you." And she's like inviting you to things that's like a month or 2 or 3 down the road. Or even further out. The further out the better. So, um I do like that, James, though. I just saw your comment about planning workshops for July. Hi, Sakshi. Planning workouts, planning workshops for July. I love that because I remember that she was like a little bit on the fence about it. And it seems like you're really speeding that timeline up. So that's really, really cool. You said, "I feel like we're almost there yet." Because she's down for suggestions I'm making in the future. Like she's coming to the wedding, yay! She wants us to plan our workshops, and I got tickets to Alanis Morissette because she loves her and is down for. I could totally see her being a Alanis Morissette like fan. I can totally see that. She kind of she kind of like gives Alanis Morissette energy, not particularly with the way that she looks, but just like there's something about her that kind of gives me those vibes. So that's totally cool. Um so yeah, you're definitely getting there. You're definitely getting there, James. Just wait though. wait how good it's gonna feel when she tells you, "Hey, I'd really like to do this thing. Will you come with me? I was thinking about doing it in June." You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna feel so good to you when she does that because then you're like, "Okay, that's great. I'm a part of her future plans. She's considering me." You said she does. Her attitude, I was like, "There's something about her." Sakshi, I can answer your yes question. Thank you for subscribing. Just hold on for a minute while I work through these readings and I can answer your question when I get to it, okay? Um, yeah, so let's see. Intentions, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So you guys are working towards commitment, James. And this isn't just coming from you, this is coming from her, okay? You're cracking her open. It's definitely what I'm feeling here. So just know 10 of Pentacles. I can't remember if you said you like this card or not, but 10 of Pentacles is a really good card as far as like promise, as far as like something long lasting. Um, and it's almost like preparation mode. It's almost like preparing for the future. So I feel like we're very, very close to her considering you in something. And I feel like that's when you can go, okay, Luna said this. Luna said this was going to happen. And now I know I've got my green light and make the moves or whatever you want to do. It is a great outcome for sure, for sure. So, James, would you say that you're still feeling like a little bit of resistance as far as the idea of asking her to be with you or be in a committed relationship? But you're like, we're pretty much in the clear. There's just like one more little bump in the road, and then once we get past that, then it's like a completely clear path for us. Is that kind of where you're at right now? Because I feel like you're saying um, we're so, so, so close, but maybe there's still a little bit of pushback in your intuition that maybe don't jump the gun, but we're very, very close. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um, sorry if that's loud. Okay. So 90, yes, 90-10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good, good. As far as the overall energy, we have the Empress. So beautiful. The Empress, gorgeous energy. Yeah, wait, just a little longer. I feel like that's the message for you is that when you start hearing her considering you and her plans, when she brings something up to you and invites you to something in the future, or tells you that there's something she wants to do with you down the road, or just any kind of idea or plan that includes you it's talking about the future. I think that that's when you're going to feel in your gut, okay, she's given me her green light, she's signaled to me, and I think that I can go ahead and try to make that move. But I'm still going to answer your next question, um, and see if there's any other details I can get. But as far as concluding this one with the Empress, this is like solar plexus, very, very life purpose feeling. So there's definitely this fulfilling or meaningful feeling that she is getting with you. So as my I'm getting this example in my head of what my husband said the other day, because I said when you feel um emotions that make you feel really good inside, you know how they call it like the warm and fuzzy feeling where like you're really happy for someone else, or you just feel really good inside when you think of something. And he said it feels really warm in my tummy, in my stomach, is what he said. And that's kind of what I'm feeling is like when she thinks of you, or if it's like warm to her in her body, or another metaphor would be, I don't know if you've seen Jane the Virgin, but whenever she was like feeling love in that show, it's kind of like a telenovela, like an American telenovela, And whenever she would feel love in the show, they would demonstrate it by showing her heart is glowing. And that's what I feel like for you. I feel like her heart is glowing when she thinks of you. She feels very warm inside. And that's kind of like the energy. Now, it's the energy of your relationship, so it's also possible that you feel that way towards her. So, second part of your donation, I feel like I'm ready to shoot my shot with Patty. Will she agree to be my girlfriend? I feel like I'm ready to shoot my shot with Patty. Will she agree to be my girlfriend? And getting a yes, James. I do encourage you to wait till that moment, like the one that I was getting information about. But I do feel like you're going to get a yes from her. You're going to know. You're going to know when the time is right. But when it comes through, go for it, because I am getting a yes. Ace of Wands, King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. I love that's the Sun. Oh, the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups. I also see her becoming, I'm hearing like she's coming into a place now where she's willing to reject other offers. James, she's coming into the place where she's willing to reject other offers, meaning that I think that she's starting to feel virtually or energetically committed to you already, like mentally committed to you. She's like in this place where she's like comfortable rejecting other offers now. So not that you guys have taken that leap yet, but I think she's fully invested in you um at this time, and it's enough for her to know that she likes where this is heading. And so if someone were to ask her out or give her her number or give her their number, I don't feel like she's in a place where she wants to do anything with that. I definitely feel like she's not looking at these other options. So that to me, it says a lot. Hey, Melanin Queen, how are you? I see you on your profile picture. Did you recently update a profile picture? I've been seeing you on Instagram. How are you doing? You said that's where you feel you are too. So there's like a mental commitment, whereas like you're not looking anywhere else, she's not looking anywhere else, and like you guys are like both enjoying where this is heading. You said she initiates conversations every day now. Love that, James. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So that feels really good. It feels really clear. It feels happy. And I am getting that she is going to say yes. When that time comes and you do ask her, she's going to agree to it. Yes, Melanin Queen, I follow you. I started following you a long time ago. Actually, I started following you so long ago that I don't follow people back anymore, but you were someone I followed a long time ago, so I still do. I'm trying to remember what your page is called. I don't know how many pages you have, but I'm definitely following you on there somewhere. Let me see. Oh, Queen. What does that say? Queen. I honestly don't know how to pronounce your thing, but it says butterfly on it. I think that's you, right? Maybe, yeah, I was gonna say maybe I'm following your personal page. But yeah, I don't typically follow people back anymore. But I remember you following you from a long time ago. Aw, I Speak My Truth just liked my story. I haven't seen her in a minute. Okay, so James says Patty's tattooing my mom on Friday. How will this go? Oh my gosh. Well, they know each other already, right, James? Yeah, personal page. SB, thank you so much. So guys, we have Wow, let me update the donation list really quickly because I'm getting donations. Whoops, this full screen. All right, donations. We are finishing up James's reading. Then after James, we have our free giveaway. Then after that, we have Philomena. And then after that, we have SB. I believe that is the correct order. Okay. Thanks, Melanin. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay. We also have a free new sub reading to do for Sakshi if they stick around. I am not John. If you want a free yes no, feel free to ask. It's gonna take me a minute to get around to everyone, but as long as you're here when I call on you, I'll answer a free yes no for you. He said they've met, but this will be the first time they're having real interactions. Oh wow. Do you know is she booked for one session, or like how long will they be how long will they be together? Okay, Patty's tattooing James's mom on Friday. How will this go? So let's see. So they're saying, James, that this is a success. The interaction is a success. Your mom is pleased. Patty is happy. It seems like your mom might actually be trying to be a wingman for you. 4 hours? Dang, that's crazy. Is she drawing it too, or is she just tattooing it? So I have Queen of Wands. It says like a helpful friend. So that makes me feel like your mom is trying to be like a wingman for you. By like complimenting Patty, and I feel like trying to like talk you up a little bit, trying to not be transparent about it. I do feel like Patty will pick up on that, but she's gonna view it as like innocent and kind of endearing rather than like weird. So I feel like they're gonna just be chit-chatting, getting along. I see Patty being just very zoned and like focused. She's trying to be polite, but she can get kind of sucked into what she's doing, it feels like to me. So I feel like at times there probably just won't even be conversation, but that's fine. But I see overall here with the Chariot is like your mom's happy, Patty's happy with her work. She enjoyed the interaction, and I see overall like success. Wow. Cancer energy, and she's getting a mermaid. Oh, she's redoing the mermaid tattoo. Gotcha. That's cool. Is she like updating the mermaid tattoo? Or is Patty gonna try to stay as close to the original as possible? I see that Patty is like a master at what she does, and I think your mom's extremely impressed. Like she's very satisfied. Like I think that she just like loves maybe the work ethic of Patty as well. And how she seems to really just shine when she's doing what she's passionate about. I think your mom's gonna probably say like you're to her, like, or say to her directly, or say to you that she's a wizard, like she's magic. Like I don't know how she did that, but she's definitely doing what she's supposed to be doing. Because she's just really good at it. So I feel like the word like wizard or magic or sorceress or something along those lines is going to come from your mom to when she sees like the work is done. That's what I feel, and I don't know if she's saying it directly to Patty, or to you or what, but I feel like this is like a feeling that she has because when you see someone totally in their element, doing what they love, and then also being extremely good at it, it's, like, very impressive to them. She's gonna have to overhaul it. Yeah. Probably better, better in the end. Your mom tolerates tattoos well. I do feel like this is gonna be a pretty gnarly one. I feel like this is very detailed and, or maybe intricate might be the word at hand. I'm hearing like it's gonna be a task, but it's gonna turn out great. I'm just seeing a lot of sores, and for some reason, that's just reminding me of needles, like tattoo needles. So it makes me feel like I honestly don't know how tattooing works. I truthfully don't. I don't know if this is like needle constantly having to replace the needle itself, or maybe it just feels very intense. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna stop there because I don't know anything about tattoos. Um, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is the mother figure. She's admiring her tattoo. She's looking at it with a lot of adoration or admiration for it. She just like adores. She adores the finished product. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to go really well. I'm right. Okay. I was gonna say I don't want to speak too much on it because I just truthfully don't know much about it, but like that's what it feels like to me. All right. Where did my pendulum go? Sakshi, if you're here, please check in with me. Sakshi, I'm about to do your yes/no reading. Please check in with me if you're here. I can't wait for this collaboration. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna turn out really well. It's probably really good too that your mom has some one-on-one time with her. Um, I think that that's going to be really good for your relationship as well. Melanin, that sounds really good. Okay, I don't think Sakshi is here, and I know that I Am Not John is a new sub, but I don't know if they posted their question either. Melanin, I can put you after SB on the list. If anybody wants to pay to skip, they can do that. So this is for Ray. Next in love. Let's see. Philomena, thank you for checking in with me. Philomena, if you want to post your question, please do so now if you'd like. Okay. Yeah, my mom's very personable too. I think they're gonna really hit it off. Ah, that's so great. Thank you, James. I'm really happy. I love these updates. If anybody in here ever has like confirmations as far as like what has come through for them, if you've asked me a question that has come through correctly or accurately, or if you ever want to give me any information on things that have come to pass that I said, I definitely would love for you guys to let me know. Philomena's really good at updating me actually with that kind of stuff. James is as well. But I would love to hear more confirmations because so many times I give readings and then you guys just leave and I never hear about it again. And I just would love to hear more feedback. And I know that you guys are here and you're returning. So I do feel like obviously there's something here that's resonating with you because you keep coming back to me. But it's always fun to hear how things are working out for you guys. Um, James, thank you so much. Okay. Next in love for Ray. Next in love for Ray. Next in love. Okay, so Ray, I've got a masculine energy here for you. I think this is coming from I feel like this is like a guardian angel or spirit, some type of divine intervention. I know that I don't really do mediumship, but it's the crown chakra. So if you have anyone um, like on the other side that you believe is looking out for you, like a guardian angel or um, just a loved one that's watching over you, this could be a match that's heaven sent, if that makes sense. Um, it is a masculine energy, so it's a man holding a heart. So if you're interested in men, I think that's a really good sign. You don't have to be, but it is definitely a masculine person. So someone who really takes the lead, traditional sense, like um, who is the one to initiate. This person is pursuing you, seeking you out, um, making their intentions clear, that kind of thing. This person might even wear their heart on their sleeve as well. I also have interested in men. Okay. This is interesting. I also have a woman holding a coin. I'm trying to understand if this is you or if there's a woman that's going to introduce you guys to one another. Contracts. Give me a second here. I'm still trying to figure this out. Why is the woman holding a coin here? That's like the Queen of Pentacles. So that's almost making me feel like this could be you actually. So keep in mind this interpretation could be a woman. A woman is introducing the two of you together, or like you meet when you are hanging out with a friend or something. But I'm also getting like the Queen of Pentacles as you as well. This could be like both things or one or the other. Um, but I feel like this is kind of showing you being in that place in life where you're ready to find like your person as far as like settling down. I think you would be very happy to find your life partner and not waste any more time on other people because maybe you are ready to get married or maybe you're just like tired of wasting time. Potentially maybe sometimes this indicates like someone, I think you're very young, Ray, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember you telling me you're younger. um, but sometimes this could mean that someone feels like their biological clock is ticking, or if they have a plan for their life, they could feel like they're running out of time. Please remember, you're not ever running out of time. Thank you, Melanin. I'll add you to the list, okay? But sometimes the Queen of Pentacles can feel that way. Also, it's showing if you're very work oriented, if you're typically the type of person that focuses a lot on work, that kind of thing, I do feel like this is resonating that this is you in this reading. So you might be more work oriented or more focused on like being independent and building up your finances and your career as well. And I feel like this person that's coming in is more focused on an emotional connection. Um, this could indicate, I don't know how this resonates with you. Okay, so keep in mind, if ever you feel like you're rushing, if ever you feel like, oh, I should have had this already, and I still feel like you're very young, right? Also, by the way, I feel like sometimes though, if we expected something to happen by a certain time and it doesn't, we feel like we're falling falling away from our plan, or things just aren't working out the way that we expected, and we feel like we're like rushing to find this thing. Everything in its own divine time. Remember, seventh, sorry, seventh chakra is what I meant to say. But this does talk about um, angelic energy, or even if you believe in God or source or universe, like a greater power, essentially, this is indicating that this is a blessing coming your way. I did see earlier today that they're saying that after the recent full moon that we had, there's a lot of rebalancing of karma. And so if you're a really good person, you're putting good vibes out there, you're actually going to receive a gift in the near future. So I do feel like that is the case here, especially with the seventh chakra energy. I feel like with time, you've gained wisdom with Archangel Uriel, and I feel like you know what you're looking for now. So, bottom line, next partner, next person feels like husband material. It feels like someone that you're going to marry, and I feel like they're viewing you as a wife or potentially a mother of their children if you're interested in having kids. They're looking at you as like their person. I do feel like I should have had my kids in my 20s. Girl, yeah, I mean, we all feel that way, but think of how much more wise you are, right? Think of how much you learned already that you didn't know in your 20s, and you're just, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. But I think that there's also a blessing in the wait, because it makes you, maybe your spirit baby, maybe your child or children needed the version of you that you are now, and that's why you didn't have them sooner. You never know what they need or why things happen the way that they do, but don't feel that you're needing to rush. Um, Everything happens in the right time. That's what I feel. And then I also see with like cornucopia is that you getting every single thing that you need. Um, Cornucopia is just like a whole spread. So it almost makes me feel like this person gives you everything that you want. It is, Ray. I mean, you and I could have our own whole entire side conversation about this, but I'm with you. I'm gonna be 35 next month, and I always thought that I would at least try to be pregnant before I turn 35. Um, because they always say that like once you're over 35, you can start being high risk. I have an autoimmune disorder where because I have Hashimoto's, my TSH levels have to be at a certain level, or I risk higher risk of my body not being able to carry a viable pregnancy. I deal with ailments on a daily basis that most people do not go through or experience. And also, like, as you get older, like you said, it's harder on your body. So I completely understand what you mean. And I have had those thoughts so many times. But I do feel like it's okay. I mean, I know many people who have kids in their well into their 40s. A neighbor in our that we have in our neighborhood had a kid at like 42, and their kid is great and everything's fine. So it's like just because there's those timelines and rigidness put on um, our like basically who we are as women in our biological clock, sometimes we feel like we have to rush to get these things done. And you still have some years, you know what I mean? You still have some years. So I'm going to finish this reading with figuring out timing when this person is coming in for you, and then we're going to move on to Philomena. Philomena, if you'd like to post your question, please do so. All right, timeline. Wow. Okay, so we have three cards that came out. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Strength. So I'm getting this summer, right? So keep that in your back pocket. I'm getting June, July. June, July. With the Ace of Cups saying immediately, it makes me feel like it's going to be this year. We have the Two of Cups, which is June, July. And then we have Strength, which is Leo season. So I think that this summer, you can expect this person to come in for you. Okay. Let me double check and see if Philomena posted the question under the donation. Nope, I don't see it. Philomena, if you're here, you can post. You're welcome, Ray. You're so welcome. Just to like finish the last thought, I feel like Spirit keeps trying to tell me to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you. So this is for Ray. I know that I had kind of like a time range in the summer, and the summer typically spans over 3 months. So what they were telling me was it's most likely going to happen in July, but they're saying it could happen in June or August, depending on the timeline, that you could shift these things up sooner. When we ready ourselves, when we purge and declutter and work on ourselves and just put a lot more love into ourselves and try to align ourselves and evolve, work to be better people, we can speed up the process of the gift that we're supposed to receive. Because if you're vibrating higher, the person that is coming in for you, you're going to match their vibration a lot quicker. So that means you can push this up to June, but if not that you're going to get like I don't even want to say that. Not like you're gonna get worse or anything, but if you don't do these things, if you don't work on yourself, or if something else comes up, or you make a different decision, it could change the trajectory, maybe and push it to August. This is guaranteed for you, Ray. This husband of yours is guaranteed to you. But if you change nothing, then I'm thinking more like July specifically. So the message is that depending on how much work you put into yourself, it could be a little sooner, it could be a little later, or if you don't do anything at all, it can be right on time. Okay, so that's just a little message for you. They just wanted me to tell you that. All right, so Philomena says Julian messaged me today and said he wanted a chance after 4 months of no contact. What are his intentions? Julian said he wanted a chance after 4 months of no contact. What are his intentions? So, Philomena, there could be things that he has said to you or will say to you about how I can't stop thinking about you, or after all this time, I haven't been able to like get you out of my head, or I always come back to you, something like that. I have the Six of Cups here. I feel like this person gave you headaches, or maybe not literal headaches, but just like tension or conflict and frustration from time to time. And like maybe things just didn't end up the way that you would have liked. You did, okay? Because I'm definitely getting vibes of him being like, because I have the Six of Cups and the Strength card, meaning that he keeps coming back to you. You have this influence over him that he's just like, I can't let go, I can't get rid of you, or I can't let go of you, kind of thing. I think he wants to see if he can work things out with you because he's sad without you in his life. I think that he misses your energy, he misses your company. I do feel like there are some things that you need to um, question him about. I feel like I'm getting the message from spirit to not let him in so fast. That, if you're going to, it's fine, but just take your time with it. Make him work for it. Don't make it too easy for him, kind of vibes, because then he's going to be able to show you who he really is throughout that process, depending on how much effort he puts into you. Ask questions. Ask him what he's been doing, who he's been seeing. If you haven't already, ask him what happened, why things broke off 4 months ago. If you don't have answers for that, take this time to your advantage to figure out what's been going on and like make him work for it. That's what I'm hearing. No one satisfies him the way that you do. I feel like he's looking at you as someone who is unmatched. He says that you both have a lot in common, or maybe he perceives you to be someone who has a lot of the same goals or interests as him. Bottom line, he's saying you're also really good friends. So there's something here about a partnership or feeling like, I don't know. Would you say you guys were good friends? Like, too? Like, would you guys say that you got along well? I'm trying to understand the Three of Pentacles here. Three of Pentacles can sometimes mean that you guys are very work synergistically, like you guys just get on well, collaborate well, cooperate with each other. I just asked him, let's be friends. He said yes, it's for the best. So I just stopped all contact after that. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what it is then, because I think he's viewing you as an independent energy, Nine of Pentacles. And then remember, I had the friendship card of Three of Pentacles. So he's viewing you as someone independent from him. Maybe the Three of Pentacles is saying that that's like standing out to him, the fact that you wanted to be friends. He was going through some stuff, so I told him, let's just be friends. Okay, so this was 4 months ago. Okay. What are his current intentions for Philomena, please? What are his current intentions for Philomena? What are his current intentions? Can she take him seriously? All right, they're saying you can take him seriously, Philomena. I have the Hierophant card coming through again. This indicates that he's learned some lessons and that he's here to do something with you that feels more traditional. So, a lot of times we're dealing with people who just want to hook up. We're in the hookup culture for sure. I hope we're working our way out of that. But what's modern is to basically not commit to people. Unfortunately, that's pretty much the standard. And I feel like he's saying, I want something more than that. I want to do things traditionally. I want to ask you out, take you on a date, court you basically, and see how the relationship, can evolve. So I feel like he's open to commitment. And I feel like you can take him seriously, but the message is very clear from spirit is just don't give it up too easy, because you don't want him to fall back in old patterns. If you find that, do things differently than you did before. Does that make sense? Don't rush into things. Show him that he can't have things as easy because old habits die hard. So if he feels like he was able to take advantage of certain things with you before, he might fall into that category again. So you're a high value woman, show him that, and see how it goes. But I am getting that he meant what he said. I am getting that he's asking for another chance. Um, and I think that he's open to a more traditional relationship. So let me know if that answers your question. Hopefully so. Mm, wait, am I missing people? Oh no. Okay. Okay. SB. SB is next. I feel like I've been really needing like a moderator tonight. All right, so this is the list, guys, just so everyone knows. So Melanin Queen, I don't have any reading that I offer for the amount that you donated. The closest thing that I have is a $5 yes no, and it's okay that it wasn't the full amount. I can just round up. But what you asked for was channeled message cards, I believe, which you add on to those to the reading. But you might not know that, so I can go ahead and honor it this time and get you some channeled message cards if you want. I can do that this time, but just moving forward, know that it's a price list, and when you want the message cards, you add those onto readings. Not It's not its own individual thing. I hope that makes sense. But we're good. We're good now. Don't stress about it. I'll still do it, but I just want to make sure that we're not confused for next time. No worries. No worries. Okay. So Philomena says yes, makes sense. Perfect. So Philomena, thank you so much. Let me add Melanin Queen to the list right now. Okay, so next up we have SB. SB, I have you down for. Actually, I don't know what I have you down for. So, SB, if you're here, if you can just check in with me. Let me actually like SB's donation as well, just in case she's not in the room. Hopefully she can step back in. For those of you who donate via Cash App, if ever you leave without leaving your question with me and your turn comes around and you're on Cash App, I will like your comment. I mean, not your comment, I'm sorry. I will like your donation if you're not here. And that's just like the only way that I can contact you that we're getting ready to do your reading. So if ever you get a like from me during my live stream, it just is indicating that we're ready to answer your question, because I can't message you or anything the way that I can on Venmo and PayPal. And if you don't leave your question with me and you don't come back in, hey SB, you can post your questions now. I didn't know what we're doing for you, so I was just waiting for you to tell me. So if you don't leave your question with me and you don't come back in time for your reading, then you'll have to redeem it the next time I go live if I end the live stream before you come back. So let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh, I know what I was doing. Okay, SB, BOGO for first question, current energies of the Cancer. I was also gonna tell you guys too, I mentioned it earlier, but I figured I'd make an announcement again, is that sometime this month is my goal. Don't hold me to that, but I have recently been getting into um, developing my channeling abilities without using cards. Um, I feel like I'm pretty much there. I would say like 90% the way there to be able to channel without needing cards or feeling the need to rely on them. SP, I'm shuffling for you right now. And I have been getting a lot of guidance and inspiration on developing my channeling abilities to do like psychic channeling readings for people, like whatever comes through kind of vibe. But I also probably at some point will dabble into, if I'm called to do it, if it's my life purpose to look into this, then probably mediumship. I've had a lot of people tell me that because I'm an energy reader and channeler that I should be able to do mediumship. I just have to figure out what my style is going to be. Thank you, SB. I appreciate that. So if you guys are interested in like free channelings, I will probably be going live every once in a while, just doing free channelings. They won't be specifically for, well, I'll have to figure out my style, but most likely they won't be a specific question you can ask. It's going to be more like, what guidance am I getting? And hopefully I can pull details that you guys will know I'm talking about you, maybe do spirit led, things of that nature. But I need feedback. I need to understand if I'm tapping into the energy correctly. So I need that feedback. And if I'm developing my psychic abilities and my mediumship, I need to have people to like go off of. So the reason I wouldn't be charging is because I might only be able to get a word or two for someone or a sentence here or there, or like, the things that I'm seeing. I have to figure out what I'm going to be able to rely on. I do feel like my clairvoyance has been increased, especially at night before bed. Um, yeah, so I kind of want to just test it out. I want to see what feels right to me and what I'm capable of. And the only way to do that is with y'all's help. So be on the lookout for those kind of live streams in the future, in the near future, hopefully. SB says, that's amazing. Thank you. So awesome. Most definitely, you are great at picking up energy. I can tell. SB, thank you so much for that. Definitely figure out your style. I know everyone's different. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And like, if you guys go back to the videos of me from when I very first started, like if you scroll to like my oldest video, my style is so different. I'm the same. My energy is probably the same, but I just feel like I'm so much more confident in what I'm saying. I feel like what I'm saying is fact, if that makes sense, as close to fact as it can be. And that's just through practice, that's through feedback, that's through feeling more confident that what I'm saying is resonating with people. And I need to get to that point with channeling, and I need to get to that point with mediumship if I choose to do something like that. You picked up a lot for me with the cards you picked up a lot for me with the readings before picking up cards. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but a lot of times I'll be shuffling for you and the messages are already coming through. So when I'm doing my channeling, I'm probably going to be shuffling cards in my hand, not necessarily using them, but I'm going to be shuffling because I find that is like my mode of getting into the reading. It's almost like a form of meditation for me. Um, but I do agree with you, SB. I do feel like I have messages coming in before I even pull cards. And then a lot of times I realize I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm saying things. And as I'm pulling the cards are saying what I've already said. And so that's how I actually came to the conclusion that I need to start trying to channel without cards at all, because the cards were saying what I had already said without pulling. I noticed you pick up more energies now too. Melanin, that's so sweet. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Okay, the Cancer. All right, current energies of the Cancer towards SB. Thank you guys. But I would love your support in those readings. Again, those will be free. But if ever you want to come in and see what I can do, I need to exercise that muscle here. Oh, Melanin, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for saying that. Energies of the Cancer towards us. Okay, we have. Girl, is this the same guy you've been asking about? Because I'm getting energy of like, this is my wife. I have Ace of Cups. I hope this is the person you asked about last time because I really like that energy for you, and I feel like yes, okay. Because I was like, I'm definitely picking up on the fact that he's like, this is like I'm gonna marry that girl. Like that's what I feel like he's saying. Like he saw you or he's seen you, and he's like, damn. He's like, I'm gonna marry her. You know, sometimes people call that in advance, and they say it kind of like jokingly, but also like, holy shit. So I feel like he likes to be near you in energy. He likes to be in close proximity to you. He likes spending time with you. Now, if you guys haven't spent time together yet, that's okay. That's just with them picking up on like future energy. But he likes spending time with you. He likes being in your company, and he's saying, yeah. So he's saying that's my wife. Like he's already joking. You know, in like the rom-com movies where the guy's like, I'm gonna marry that girl. Like that's the vibe. So oh my god. My cat is trying to interrupt your reading right now. Hold on. I gotta get my kitties to bed. I'm so sorry, SB. If I don't put them to bed right now, they're gonna get in my cabinet that leads to behind my stove, and my cats are gonna be behind the drywall. And in order to get them out, I'm gonna have to pull my stove away from my counter. So let's not get to that point. I'm gonna go put them to bed, but it won't take me long at all. You said we spend a lot of time on the phone. I love that. I love that. Have you guys been able to hang out in person yet? Or wait, you said he's long distance, didn't you? Okay, I'm back. Sorry. You said we spend a lot of time on the phone. We FaceTime a lot, but not in person yet soon. Okay. So I was tapping into future energy. But saying that he likes your company or he likes spending time with you too, that could also include being on the phone. Shared intimacy, off topic SP. Are you an air or fire sign? Okay, so SB, I know it's a little bit premature to say something like this, but I am getting that he's got a lot of love for you. Now, we can love a fellow neighbor um, as like our as like another human being, um, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's like he's like in love with you. So when I say that he has a lot of love for you, I just mean that he has a lot of feelings for you, a lot of positive feelings for you. Um, he feels like you're a great person from what he knows so far, and he's just feeling really optimistic about your relationship. Let's see. The number 3 could be important to you. Um, did you meet in May or in March, SB? So like the third of the month might be significant to you at some point. Um, I don't know. 3 is also the number of expansion as well. So this, and it's, I also have the Empress, so it feels like he is so excited to see what comes next for you guys, and he's here for it. Um, the th- Usually when I see a 3, it means that the person you're in a relationship with is you're gonna want to grow a family with them. But I feel like that's a little too soon. But maybe he is thinking those things. I just feel like there's this desire to see how your relationship evolves, and it feels like there's a lot of growth that's available to you guys for your connection, and he is hoping that how he's just feeling so good, and I think he just like hopes it continues on this track. That's awesome. He's amazing so far. You met in April. Okay. I come off fiery sometimes, but I have no fire in my chart. But my sun is in the ninth house in Sag. I'm still processing. Okay, so SB, the next message here for you is that you are his ideal woman. Love that. He's saying she's my type. Oh my God, is he funny? Because I'm kind of hearing him say, um, she's my type, and if she wasn't my type, she would make me change my type. Like he's saying she is definitely like my type, but even if she wasn't, she would make me like revamp my whole idea of what my type is because it's her. Like, so essentially you can make him change his mind. So he might have gone all his life thinking that he liked this type of woman. And you come along and he's like, actually, I was wrong all along. This is my type of woman. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like that's the vibe. And he sounds really funny. Like, I'm just getting like you're gonna make him change his mind on things because you are just fitting the mold so well that I think that he's just like fuck whatever I thought before I met you because it's you now. So the ideal woman, his type, um, very much attracted to you, loving your feminine energy that you put off. A message that I'm getting, SP, as well, is to let him do the man things, okay? So when you guys spend time together, make him like let him be a man during this interaction. Let him open the door for you or hold the door open for you if he offers. Like just be the queen that you are and let him just simp over you. Do you know what I mean? Like, let him do all the things. Let him pay. Don't argue with him about it. If you know, if he offers to pay, let him do it. If he pulls your chair out, let him do it. Like, I think this is like a great relationship for you to just be able to take the back seat and not necessarily have to be the one doing everything all the time. And I think that he loves your femininity too, so much that when you allow for these actions and you just let him do his thing, it even makes him feel more masculine. And he loves that because the more masculine he feels, the more feminine you feel, the more like he's turned on by you. I am also getting that you turn him on, that you're very, very like sexually appealing to him. Hmm. He did tell you that? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. You love when I curse. It catches people off guard sometimes. It's so crazy because, like, I don't think there's a single person in my life that doesn't know me to curse. Like, it's actually was like a bonding moment between me and my husband. But people are just like, "Oh, I didn't." I'm like, I've got to. Because here's the thing sometimes, like, when I'm channeling, like, it helps, like, emphasize the message sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It helps like show in what capacity this person might be feeling something. Current energies of the Cancer, please. I think you might be making him feel more secure too, SB, and I hope that he's making you feel a little bit more that way. Of course, it's normal to be a little bit cautious, especially in the beginning, but it's like as time goes on, he feels like more relaxed into your connection. Hey, Arisha, my free list is closed. Actually, I'm about to do a last call on the screen. Donations are open, but not for long. So if you want to get your reading done, get your donations in soon. SB, let me know if you have any questions about that, and we will move on to your next reading. Oh, I see you posted it. All right, guys, I saw you both say that you're Taurus. Wow, you guys have upcoming birthdays soon, right? So I'm a Taurus moon. That's pretty close, right? And I'm a Gemini, so I'm just around the corner. I was actually supposed to be born on Mother's Day, the year I was born. Mother's Day, year 1989. Oh. Was May 14th. So I was actually supposed to be a Taurus myself, but I was late. Will I like the way he makes me feel when we're together? SB, when you say we're together, do you mean like when you meet for in person, or are you talking about like when you're in a relationship? May 11th. Nice. Oh, today's actually my half anniversary with my husband. My sister got married on May 1st, and I got married on November 1st. So my full anniversary is my sister's half, and her half is my full. Or her full is my half. That's what I'm trying to say. Vice versa. So basically, we're exactly 6 months apart with our marriages, but many years down the line. So May is a good month. May is a real good month. Well, thank you, Melanin. My birthday's on June 1, so I love my birthday. I really do. But hitting 35 is hard to wrap my mind around. Thanks, guys. Happy early birthday to you. Well, SB like the way he makes her feel when they're together in a relationship. So, SB, I believe you said this is a Cancer, and I feel like he's very true to this, okay? So, he may have told you, like, I want everything. Like, I want a wife, I want a kid or kids, the house, the whole shebang. Like, he seems very traditional. Not that his other elements can't influence his chart, as we all know, but I feel like he's very home based, home centered. He may say that family is important to him. That could be that his background is that he didn't really have family, so he wants to do better moving forward and create a very solid family foundation, or his close family that he currently has influenced his desire to continue that tradition. But I feel like home is very important to him. Um, Home and family and feeling grounded and solid. So it's really important to him to have that like unit with whoever it will be. And I feel like in a relationship, that's going to bring you so much satisfaction. That's going to bring you so much safety. That's going to make you feel like, you found your partner, because this person is willing to do what it takes to make sure that everyone's happy. I guess it depends on his other signs in his birth chart, but it does make me feel like home is where his heart is. So if he has the opportunity to, for instance, go out with the boys or come home to you, that's what he's going to want to do. So I feel like he might hang out with his friends every once in a while, which, everyone needs that, but I feel like his main desire is to be at home, and be with you. Now I do feel like he likes trying new things, but I think that you're the center of it. So as long as you are there doing these new things with him, he's totally fine going out and trying and doing new things. But I feel like my thing is that you're his priority. So if you get to go out with your friend, if his friends invite you out or invite him out, and he's like, "Hey, can my girl come?" They're like, "Yeah." Then he's like, "All right, let's go." So he's not afraid to get out and about, but his main focus is making sure that you're the priority. Hopefully that makes sense, because I kind of like talked myself around in circles there. Your sister is 37 and she's feeling overwhelmed about her age. Yeah, it's just hard for me to wrap my mind around it. Like, when did I get here? How did this happen? And I know I'm still young, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like, in 2020, I was 30, turning 31 when COVID happened. I was 30. And I can't process like what happened. I feel like ever since COVID, life has just been such a blur. And I think it's just like, what the hell happened these last 4 years? All right. Will she like the way he makes her feel when they're together in a relationship? I am getting a yes, by the way. I never answered that question outright as a yes no. I am getting that. Um He's just saying like he always comes back to you. Like he always comes back to you, and I remember I was channeling that um you are where it's important for him, and he's not really interested in much else as long as you're doing these things with him. And I do have that here in the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Cups confirmed. Um Acts of service and gifts of appreciation, I feel, is how he gives love. I think you're really gonna like with him that his intentions are just very clear. There's no wishy-washy energy in a relationship with him. He very much, it lets you know where his heart lies with you, and it just feels like maybe it might take some getting used to, but I feel like eventually you're gonna feel like you can breathe. You don't have to constantly question his motives. You're not going to wonder what his intentions are. You're never going to have to sit there and wonder what his feelings are for you, because he's showing you, and he might even be telling you. I do like how verbal he is, because I think it's important to you, at least in the beginning, to have someone verbally communicating to you what they feel about you. But I feel like once he gets more in like a rhythm in a day-to-day lifestyle with you, I feel like you're going to see more of like acts of service, doing things for you, thinking about you on the way home and grabbing your favorite flowers. um, I still think the verbal aspect is going to be high up there, but I think there's going to be like other ways when you guys like are together that he'll have more ways to demonstrate his feelings for you, and those other love languages will take over. It's funny, I'm all about my space, and maybe that'll change, or he'll give me that. He's gonna push his way in, is what he's gonna do. He said, "Girl, you can have your space, but I'm gonna be in it." So SB, I also have you down for something with 7 cards, maybe? Is it channeled messages? What is it? Because I don't have, it's either $2 extra or $2 more for a yes no, or $2 more than what you need to pay for a yes no, or is it a 7 card add-on for channel? I'm just trying to figure out what this is. Um Yeah, men who want to be in your space are cute in a healthy way, of course. Yeah, like I feel like that's a person who's like, he's like the type of person that's like, I can do things. I just want to be near you. I feel like that's what he's saying. He's saying you have your time, read your books, watch your shows, do your self-care, but I want to be near you, even if that means I'm playing video games or watching TV. Like I feel like he's saying it's okay if we do things separately. Obviously, we all need our space, but I want to be near you when you're doing those things. All right, SB, you got it. So you said you're gonna donate again after melanin. Okay. Messages from him for her. Messages from him for her. All right, so he's saying, I'm starting to understand our connection. So maybe he's getting like more clear-cut answers about what this is to him, or what you mean to him. He says, I want you. Ooh. So he is saying, I remember every detail. So I feel like that's him saying, I remember everything you told me. I felt like when I did a reading for him before, he's very invested in you, what you have to say. He's curious about you, interested. He's like, tell me more, tell me more. And then I remember you saying that he either was like he was asking you a lot of questions or something. I think that's what you said. Like, he's very interested. He asks me questions and he's like making mental notes. So it's kind of reminding me, I don't know if you guys have seen those videos, but it's like a reel or short or something. And it's this guy who talks about how he's been putting in his notes app, he has been writing down what the favorite order is at any given restaurant that his girlfriend likes. So when they went to Starbucks, he's heard her get this same mocha chai latte, grande mocha chai, whatever. Mocha chai, that sounds disgusting, but mocha espresso latte, whatever. He's like, okay, Starbucks, she likes this. And then they go to McDonald's and she always gets a number 4. So he's like, number 4 with fries and a medium Coke or something. And so, like, just for example, like every single restaurant they've ever been together, he writes her order down, like Chipotle, whatever. So that way, he always knows what to get for her. And that way, if he ever goes to those places without her, he can bring her home her favorite meal. And that's just such an act of love, and it's such an act of service, in my opinion. Because you're like, I care about you so much that I want to write down the things that are important to you, so that way I can show you my love through these things. And it's like, that's so sweet. You don't really hear about people doing that, and that's just such a loving thing to do for someone. Or making at least mental notes of what someone likes, what their favorite cookie is or dessert, what their favorite drink is. And so you said, yes, he remembers everything, and that's what he's saying. He's like, I'm remembering every single detail. Like, I know every single thing that you said and kept a mental note of it. So don't be surprised don't be surprised. Be surprised, but he'll probably surprise you with things. Um, Messages from him to her, please. Oh my god, I love you. And girl, I love you. Dun, 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 dun. You speak to me through music. Is he a big music fan? He says, I save your texts and messages. I feel like he's saying I have a crush on you too. It's not a card that I pulled, but I hear him saying like I have a crush on you. Messages from him to her, please. I feel so happy with you. And I can't stop thinking about you. It is so sweet. I feel like SB, another message is like you're a distraction for him. So like if he has things he's got to do, sometimes he can zone out thinking about you. And he's like, then he has like snap himself back into reality and it's like, wait. So that's kind of cute. So SB, stick around. I'm gonna do Melanin really quickly. And Melanin, you said you want some channel message cards, right? Mm-mm-mm. All I need to know is who these messages are from. You can give me an initial, a name, a nickname, a sun sign, or if you don't want to give me any of those things, if you really want to keep it private, you can. But I just ask that you think about them while I'm doing this so that I can at least connect to you, connecting to them. All right. Messages from Alexi, please. Messages from Alexi. Messages from Lexi. So she says, I worry we have too many differences. I want to call you and hear your voice. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I want you to be a part of my future. I didn't act when I should have. I am always longing for you. And then at the bottom of the deck, you are irreplaceable. The way you love me can never be matched. I feel like she may be daydreaming about you. She definitely feels like this is a missed opportunity. And she's hoping or wishing that maybe you guys can come back together. I think maybe before she might have let others get in the way of your connection. It's showing she's putting too much focus on what other people think. And she wasn't putting enough focus on you. And I feel like she's saying that she was just very indecisive. Um, I think that she was just putting focus on the wrong things too. Not only was she worrying too much about what outside people were thinking, but she was putting too much focus on the wrong things in regards to why you guys can't work out. She would make bigger deals about situations to self-sabotage and they weren't actually real threats or deal breakers, but she was making it seem like that they were. So those are the messages. Obviously, if they were coming across romantic, it's because they were coming from a message of love oracle deck, but take them how they resonate platonically. If you're feeling like some of them were too romantic, I'm just giving them the way that they're coming across. So do you feel like, oh, she wasn't a good friend. Do you feel like she put too much worry into like what other people thought and possibly worrying too much, making bigger deals about things that really weren't a big deal? Does all that stuff resonate for you? She was sneaky. Yeah, I did have. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did have gossip. The card that said that she worried too much about what other people think, the theme of that card was gossip. So it makes me wonder if maybe she didn't support you behind your back or something. Or she wasn't really supportive. She just allowed other situations to get involved when she should have been more, maybe more loyal or more supportive. Ah, there you go. Was always talking about other people to me. Yep. I got you. Um, she didn't and was not and was very not dedicated. Yeah. Um, maybe there's like a last message here of unappreciation. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you felt unappreciated by her, but I'm wondering if maybe the way that she acted is because she wasn't getting enough from you or something. Like, sometimes people act out when they feel like they're not being made a priority. Maybe she expected too much from you, more than what you should have been giving to her. Some people can be kind of toxic in that way and they want to take you for everything you've got. So, yeah, there's like this theme of unappreciation. What I would have loved to seen from her, Melanin, was more like I've learned, or I've done self-reflection or something like that. And I really want to have more like give and take or something like that. I just felt more as though her preference would be to just like let things go back to the way that they were without any kind of apology or anything like that. Like, I'm not seeing accountability right now. And I think that's what you would need, especially if you ever considered being her friend again. You said I saw her name, so I wasn't sure, but maybe she'll reach out soon. And her boyfriend liked one of my posts recently, so just feeling it might be. Ooh. Oh, not her boyfriend, her best friend. Wait, were you saying best friend or boyfriend? Oh, boyfriend, yeah. That's interesting. Oh, it's interesting, girl. Um, what is your gut telling you, Melanin? Are you feeling like just kind of need to stay away? This was more like just curiosity of what's going on with her, because I don't think she's ready to hold herself accountable. So if you're wanting my advice, I would say unless and until she comes to you with accountability, or you start getting readings that are showing that she's ready to apologize, or she wants to bring balance into the relationship and um, assume like responsibility for what happened. I think until like either of those things happen, I think just keep your distance. But sometimes people will be in your energy, you'll dream about them, people you haven't even thought about and definitely don't think about on a daily basis, and they'll try to come through to your psyche. So I think that you could very well get a lot of messages from her energetically, and still she's not doing anything to change or try harder. SB, I'm back to you, girl. I just want to make sure you're here still. I need to stay away, but I keep feeling someone will reach out. I don't want the friendship back, but I feel closure is coming. That's a good way to look at it, Melanin, for sure. So, Melanin, you want to know something funny? When I was doing your readings, I saw a bird, and then a turtle, and then a dog. And it makes sense to me because I was thinking, oh, is Melanin seeing a lot of these animals lately? Like, what's going on? And I actually just feel like I understand the message because dogs indicate loyalty and turtles indicate a very slow paced relationship where people are taking forever to get to that finish line because turtles moves really really slowly, and maybe this apology or clarity or closure has been a long time coming. um so maybe it's just taking a while for you guys to like get to that point. And then the bird feels like freedom. In my opinion, it feels like you breaking yourself free from the situation. So maybe I need to start looking at animals, my spirit's communicating to me what the symbolism behind those animals are, rather than the animals themselves specifically. It's coming slow, yeah. You're welcome, Melanin. All right, so this is for SB, and guys, I'm probably gonna go ahead and close the list. SB, if I'm sure we're done after this, but I don't want to cut you off. So if there's anything else that you want to know, SB, you want to donate, since you're still on my donation list, I'll honor it. But I will be finishing my night with you, SB. All right, so let me throw up. I've been almost here for almost 3 hours. It's been a long night, guys. Oh, Melanin, also, you came in after I did the free reading giveaway. I think you both actually might have missed it. I've been doing this thing where whenever I go live and I'm offering free readings, like free yes nos, I will also do a giveaway where once I hit 25 likes on my live stream, I will do a free giveaway for a tarot reading to someone random. I put you guys on a wheel and it spins, and then it picks, like, whoever it lands on will win a free reading. Tonight, Ray won it. So those are always fun. I'm sure over time, as things get busier, I will have to increase those likes. But for now, it's just 25 likes per live stream, and then I'll do a free reading. It is redeemed. It is redeemed that day, and you have to be present to win. So my advice is, if you have to leave the live stream, if you have to like come back, SB, I'm shuffling for you now. If you have to leave the live stream and come, my advice is to just keep tabs on the live stream just to see where we're at. And when we start getting closer to 25, maybe stick around, because you got to be like present to win. But yeah, so far it's been going really well, and it seems like people are enjoying it. Just another way for me to try to be accessible to you guys, especially if you can't donate or don't have the ability to at that time. Yes, I'm breaking free. I feel it's going to happen soon. So Melanin, definitely come back. It was good seeing you, girl. All right, this is for us, B. I want to know what others, family and friends, think about Isaac and I together as a couple. And SB, I know that I already answered your question in regards to when you sent over this mini reading donation and you asked the question in the Cash App note. I did get a yes for you. And I think I might have kind of like talked about that in your reading tonight. So I just wanted to confirm that for you to make sure you knew that this will be definitely a more masculine role that he will be taking on as far as you let him, honestly, as far as you let him. Um, Showing that he's interested in you, informing you of his intentions, providing, caring for, taking care of you, protecting you, that kind of thing. Have a good night. All right, so SB, what are other family and friends? Wait, I want to know what other think about Isaac and I together as a couple. Okay, what do others, meaning family and friends, think about the idea of Isaac and SB together as a couple? Oh, SB, this is such a sweet message. So I feel like family and friends, at least for you in particular, I think I'm getting from your friends and family first, maybe even for him as well, is they're saying it's so nice. It's so nice to see you getting what you finally deserve. The Five of Cups is in reverse, and it's saying like she's been in this process of like just hardship when it comes to relationships. It's like everything falls into place for SB except for her love life is where she struggles sometimes. So I feel like they're saying that after a lot of ups and downs and sadness and like just overall not necessarily having the best time in your love department, I feel like they're saying it's so nice to see her have somebody where she can get out of that place. She can move forward. Um, I feel like he's helping her heal. Um, and I feel like she's kind of rejoining that like world of feeling like being happy and being, potentially in love with someone. Um, and the sun is here saying that they're noticing the main thing I feel is like the fun that you guys have. You guys are demonstrating in front of family and friends lots of smiles, lots of grins, and just your energy of just happiness and playfulness and having fun is really showing them all they need to know about your relationship, which I think is really sweet. Um, so that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Everything but my love life. Yeah, you're like, why are all the other categories of life going well? But you know what? That's usually how it goes, girl. It's like we have to have a block as a human being somewhere. So either our family is broken, our friendships are broken, like it's hard for us to find friends. Our love life is where we struggle, our career, our finances, discovering our life purpose. I mean, I can go on and on. There's a category, health and fitness, right? Um, Money blocks, things like that. We're all going to struggle with something in particular. And it's funny because as you grow, you are normally able to check all of your boxes. Like if there's like 10 different categories, you're like, I've got all nine of them, but one I'm still struggling on. And for you, it probably just happens to be your love life. But that's okay because things are turning around for you. Um, what are they saying, please? What are they saying? So I think very importantly, SB, is they're seeing your energy around each other. They're seeing all your family and friends want is for you to be happy. They want to see you be your best self. They want to see that the person is leaving room for you to be who you are and also be whoever it is you want to be. That's like a vow I made to my husband is like, I will love every version of you. Like, I can guarantee that however you evolve and grow and change, I will just fall more and more in love with you because that's all I've done these last 8.5 years. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of what they want for you is they want someone to, yes, accept you as you are coming into the relationship, but they also want someone that's going to love you as things change, as you change, as your beliefs or your goals or your physical body, like whatever it is, they're like, I want someone to love her throughout these changes and accept her. And like his friends and family also saying the same thing. But the main thing that they're seeing is the radiating happiness on both of you guys, feeling like there's a little bit something special, like a twinkle in your eyes. And I can see it as me too. I can pick up on it even communicating with you. You're very it's like you're on a high almost. Um I can just feel the energy from you that you're just like hopeful and not hopeless, right? You're a hopeful romantic here, not a hopeless one. And it's just really nice to see. And I definitely feel like um, your family is going to be sensing that. And not that any of them, honestly, I'm getting the message that none of them have actually really been worried about you or him finding finding someone. It's never been a worry about when, or it's not been a worry if, it's been a worry when. Like they have full confidence in you as a person and him as a person, that friends and family are like, they're such a catch. It's only a matter of time. But it's really nice to see you happy. It's really nice to see you enjoying yourself. And not, and feeling finally, probably for the first time, that you're on the inside now, like a little bit. Granted, you guys have a long way to go and getting to know each other and hanging out in person and things like that. There's a lot still to do and discover about each other. This is a very exciting time. But it's like, I'm sure for you, it's nice to feel like, wow, I'm actually really hitting it off with someone. Like I don't feel like I'm on the outside of the love bubble. I'm on the inside right now. And this feels really good. Um I also have the Queen of Wands and the Empress here, girl. You're always getting these queens and empresses. This is specifically for um your family looking at you saying that they've always known that you're deserving of this, and it's his family saying, I can really see her being more than a girlfriend. So I think that his family really likes you. And when I say that, I mean they like what they've heard when he tells them about you, and then maybe tapping a little bit more into the future when you meet them and seeing that this is a suitable match. Like you guys are very compatible. So, SB, let me know if you have any last minute questions for me in regards to that reading. Very, very, very sweet. You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right, guys, that is where I'm going to leave it. I hope everyone enjoyed the readings tonight. Thank you so much for the support. I will see you guys definitely again this week. My hope was to be here tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like all 4 days in a row between us ladies. My time of the month has arrived, and day one is usually the worst for me. Last month when this happened, I actually thought I was gonna have to have my husband take me to the emergency room because I was like blacking out because the pain was so bad. So when that happens, I just can't function. And so I want to promise I can be here tomorrow, but I just don't know. Hope for me that I see you guys because that means that I'm doing okay. But we'll see. You definitely will see me at least 3 more times this week, is my guess. He said I can finally be in my soft girl era. Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, bye, guys. I'll see you next time. Adios. Have a good night. Bye, SB.